Paige, what up, though? Turn up one time. Y'all jump on that like button and share the video out. I ain't gonna lie. I'm about to eat real quick. While we do that, I will make sure y'all are entertained. You dig? Don't even worry about it. You niggas are entertained. Hey, I'm feeling out there, man. Make sure them likes up, make sure the shares out. Share to your Facebook groups, TikTokers, X, Instagrammers. Yeah. All of the above, man. Yeah, get the word out. That we out here, baby. Shout out to everybody pulling up the Super Sunday this weekend. Somebody say gonna be litty in the city. Hopefully it's pretty. Today it was pretty today in the town, man. It was pretty today. It was a pretty day today. Yesterday it was cold. It was 80 something degrees the day before. Yesterday it was cold. It was 50 degrees. And then the day it was back in the 80s. Weather bipolar. Dog was heard I was getting away free Applebee gift cards. I don't know when the last time I seen him, but when I come out and tell everybody we doing a raffle for Outback Steakhouse and Applebee's gift card, he come this nigga. He in the chat like he really fuck with a nigga. Come on, man. Dog is going on there. Come on, man. We don't keep this shit real, nigga. What you trying to get, the baby back ribs? You trying to get the baby back ribs, huh? We're gonna turn it up. Hold on, I want to do this here. Am I up? Can I pull that straight up? Can y'all see? Okay, big. Man, I want to get a shout out first, man, to the homie, to Lee. This vegan, dog, you do not want this. This is vegan. You don't want this. Man, soul food vegan, man. He gave me a brown bag and said, don't open. Yeah, this vegan, these boudin balls. They said y'all ain't from the South. Y'all don't know. Y'all ain't never had a boudin ball. Yeah, I know. That is foreign. That is foreign. That's what you call a boudin ball. Alkaline water make your dick stand up in the morning. If you ain't waking up with erection, you need to raise your alkaline, fam. What else we got? Uh-oh. Shout out to Leak Soul Food Vegan, man. In a real Indian way. God is named in the building. Mrs. LKNJ. Now, I ain't gonna ask you what that means. She said, I know that boudin. Where you from? You looking real Louisiana, girl. I need you in my life. Cause all these city girls, they just can't love me right. Louisiana, girl. Where you from? Miss LK. Oh, yeah, you getting a nickname. Yeah, I can't say all of that. You getting a nickname. You getting you a nickname. Bryce in the building, Oklahoma. What up, though? King Solo, Rail, Mississippi. Or is it Trent, Michigan? I don't know. One day you want to be up north. One day you want to be down south. Who knows? Who knows what you want to do today? Trigger Man in the building. Darby said, I don't eat pork. That's vegan. We got vegan in. Oh, you told them baby back ribs. You goddamn lie. I see that rack of ribs right there, nigga, and I bet I come back and it be gone. But if it ain't gone, you gonna say a bear came and took it. Goddamn bear took the whole picnic basket. Yeah, she said, LKNJ is my government initial. Call me Keyonda. Well, we got a Kiki already. I'm gonna call you Keon, Miss Keon. ATL originally. Oh, we on the way to ATL. Speaking of that, I told y'all I hit Rich yesterday. I hit Rich. I hit Dane. I hit Talik. I ain't playing with that. I'm an Aries baby. You can't tell no Aries. Hey, let's do this here. No, bro, I would be waiting outside your door with an umbrella in the snow coat, whatever. If you can't tell Aries we going on the mission, we walk on the wild side. We ready to throw it all away. We gonna jump out there immediately head first. And Rich gonna tell me we going to Atlanta and do the largest march on Stone Mountain. And I said, shit, nigga, that's all I've been thinking about every day. I called Dan Calloway, I called Talik and Rich yesterday. Nigga, can we get a date? Don't mess me with a good time. She said, that's cool, Chief. Yes, I'm near Stone Mountain. Okay, easy. She said, easy work. Hold on, let me see if I got that right here, because Blue Pill, he kind of fucked me up with this one. Yeah. I had popped in there, just show love, peace to the brother Rich and Blue. And guess what Blue told me, man?
I'll at you later on today. I seen you call me the other day, brother. I'm hollering at you today.
Please.
I'm not sure. I think she dates bisexual men or something like that. I'm not absolutely sure. And I told somebody I was going to do the show today, and they sent me a link of there was this Instagram post of this sister during the COVID. I don't know if it was COVID or before COVID, but she had opened up a gym. And when she opened up the gym, it was maybe, and shout out to TOPCATZ. I'm going to holler at you later on today. I seen you call me the other day, brother. I'm going to holler at you the other day.
Legendary. My mother
legendary. Legendary.
Man, that nigga Pill told me his mother said she loved my show. Man, I could have cried. Mama Pill watched Legendarytopcatz show. I could have cried. Come on, man, stop it. Man, I've been watching Mama Pill so goddamn long. And Mama Pill know who I am. Little bitty me. Fuck me up. All right, well, check it out. We're gonna do it like this here. Shout out to DK in the building, Iconic Truth in the building, Tasha Washer, Word and Thunder in the building. We're gonna do it like this here because Miss Keon, that's your name. Miss Keon, since you right there, you're gonna get on the dance floor with me. Hold up. I'm gonna join it. It is carnival season. It is turned up to the maximum. Man, there's so many people having so much fun in so many places, and we gotta create that for ourselves. Like, man, like ASAP. We need something for us. And we're gonna talk about that in this Black Lives Matter conversation too, as well. But before we do that, we're gonna turn up. I want to Miss Keon, let me see what them dance moves look like.
The blush when somebody says your name.
Hold up.
In my stomach there's a pain. You walk in my direction, I go the other way.
Let's go.
I start to stutter when you speak.
I get some flames in the building.
My knees go weak. What's happening to me? In the dark, can you tell me what it means?
Hey.
I lay my head on my pillow.
Hold up.
Staring out the window. Trying to start for a sign.
What?
The reason why I see you, baby, when I I scribble X's and O's in my notebook, checking how my hair and my nails look. I feel myself in the zone, looking nervous when you gone. You say I'm not home. See your face, and I hear my favorite song. Just in an email.
have it one minute.
Do you have a clue?
Let's go.
I lay my head on my pillow.
What's up with
I'm
it?
just staring out the window.
On a Monday. Know what I know?
What's the reason why?
Let go.
You're always sexy boy. You're sexy boy.
Sexy than the motherfucker. Keon, you can keep up. Let's go.
Hey, baby.
Get what?
Something now is taking long. I'm not calling around now. Just gonna stay here.
Get what? Let's go. Yeah, what? Hold up. Woo! Get it hot and got it hot in here real early, huh? Get hot in there early. Sheesh, caboose. Gee, what's going on? Early. We're gonna get into it early. I ain't finished my food, but I do have some news y'all can use. We're gonna go here. We got y'all see the topic, and I really want to go in on that topic because I'm gonna let y'all hear these Black Europeans out there speaking for us, and we're gonna get into what this really means, and we're gonna get to the question at hand. But before we do that, boom, boom, boom. We're gonna do this here, man. We're gonna drop a couple bars. I'm give me like 5 minutes finish eating, but I'm gonna put this on the entertain y'all.
It says that Shem was a descendant of the Negroes and not Ham, meaning not the Africans. So
Man, there wasn't even no myth until the 1800s.
You're talking about that Sandra that says another. I think that was that's.
I got the book at home.
Bro. No, I know. I haven't read. I read it. I got it, but I'm not
right.
sure.
Okay. Good. I'm glad.
So it doesn't talk about Shem. It talks about somebody else.
Page. So Shem.
It says Ham. It says Ham.
It's okay. Ham.
You're a man, bro. You man.
There was experiments going on in South America
and mixed it with the motherfucking flat face monkey here, my dude. So
you know,
listen,
you're a man, bro.
Listen, my dude, you in waters that you can't swim in, my dude. You talk about Jews, Sephardic Jew. Sephardic only mean North Mediterranean or North Africa.
Sephardi, the word Sephard means comes from it's in the scriptures, man. It's found in the book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 20.
All right, we'll come back to the fight. Let me get this down. Let's get to the business. I'm tearing this food up, y'all. My bad. I'm tearing this food up. I'm hungry and hostage. All right, let's work. Boom, 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 boom. We're going to start it off at. I guess we can start here, huh? Oh, they mad. They mad. Al Sharpton. Let's go.
Museum and Institute, Congresswoman Terry Sewell and Congressman Shamari Figures, both Democrats of Alabama, and the Congressman Jonathan Jackson, Democrat of Illinois, and son of civil rights icon, the Reverend Jesse Jackson, who is also with us today. First of all, let me thank you all for being with us. Let me start with you, Congresswoman Sewell. You're from Selma, and you grew up here, and you watched it unfold all your life. You were surrounded by people that had fought the fight, and you were part of the fruit that they bore. Tell us how you felt today, particularly when a lot of what they fought for is under assault.
Well, first of all, Rev, it's great to be with you and great to be with my colleagues on this the 60th anniversary of Bloody Sunday. Yes, I'm a daughter of Selma. I grew up in the historic Brown Chapel AME Church. And so year after year, those foot soldiers would come back, even before it was popular, to commemorate what happened on Bloody Sunday. You know, if we don't tell our history, others will tell it, and they may not get it right. And it was important to those foot soldiers to remind America of what happened on Bloody Sunday. And you are absolutely right. This year felt different. This 60th anniversary was an opportunity for us to remember and to reflect, but it also was a call to action. We are facing challenging times when many of the civil rights and voting rights that were hard fought right here in Alabama are being attacked and under assault. The Voting Rights Act used to be very bipartisan. It was reauthorized 5 times under 3 Republican presidents, and most recently by George W. Bush in 2006. And you will remember on the 50th anniversary, he came back. He and Laura Bush came back along with President Obama and Mrs. Obama. And so it is scary that the gains that were made have really been under assault. It goes to show you that progress is elusive, and every generation has to fight to hold on to the progress that we've made, lest we lose it. But I believe that Selma is still relevant. The people who came and walked in Selma and marched in Selma, they were strategists and tacticians. They didn't just happen upon Selma, Alabama. And so I think
they were strategists and tacticians. They're gonna make me pull up my lecture. Strategies and tactics. You know,
this time of challenge, we can find inspiration from the roadmap, the playbook, if you will, of those foot soldiers.
And those foot soldiers caused your family's been involved, Congressman Figures, for all of your life. And you are now holding that banner, the baton in your hand, as a representative in Alabama, a red state that has always been an uphill battle. You're continuing to fight now for some of the things that we thought was resolved: voting rights, civil rights, the respect of people's diversity, inclusion, and the whole idea of equality. How do you in your generation look at this, and how do you see this day in that context?
Yeah, you first have to be mindful and grateful for the sacrifices that were made for you, for the people that came before you, the people that marched across that bridge, John Lewis, Amelia Boynton Robinson, and others, for us to be able to have that vote. I mean, that I would not be here without Selma, Alabama. I don't think any of us would be here without Selma, Alabama. But now it is clear that it's up to the next generation. When I was growing up as a child, you could not have convinced me in the late 80s and throughout the 90s and early 2000s that I would have to sit here one day and actually be fearful of us losing the rights that we learned about in the history books. But here we are. We're seeing this administration roll back protections. We're seeing this administration through policies that they're putting in place, call into question things as nonpartisan and things we should just be unanimously agreeing upon, like the Tuskegee Airmen's role in this history, EEOC protections that have been in place since the early 60s, funding to HBCU land grant colleges while not touching non-HBCU land grant college funding. And just most recently, we just saw, and Congresswoman Terry Sewell and I just had to do a press conference in Montgomery outside the Freedom Ride Museum, because that bus station where John Lewis was almost killed with other Freedom Riders has been listed by Doge as a building for sale. And so my generation—
Listed by Doge?
Oh, yeah.
Listed by Doge
as a building for sale.
As for sale.
I say he said it. God damn, how much they want for it? Yeah, I say said it. I'm for it. I'm for the selling of it. Let's get it sold. Pennies on the dollar. Yeah. How about we do it with pennies on the dollar? I mean, what we need it for? What we gonna use it as? El Mina, slave revolt. Hold on, cause I'm going to get I'm looking for John Lewis. This ain't the lecture. This one my code lecture right here. All right, John ain't in that one. All right, let him finish talking. I'm gonna find John.
And this is the building where John Lewis and other freedom riders and white men and women who were on that trip with them were beaten almost, to death. And that history is what we have to protect. And that burden falls to my generation. And we have to be serious about understanding what we are seeing this administration do in the context of civil rights and make sure that we're doing everything to educate and motivate people to get out and take advantage of the rights that were secured just outside that door coming across the Edmund Pettus Bridge 60 years ago.
Congressman Jackson, you are from Chicago, but you're rooted here in Selma. In fact, your father, who was here with us today, despite the fact he has health concerns, he was here today and you wheeled him across that bridge as you have walked across that bridge within many years. And you, who was doing very well as an entrepreneur, decided you were going into public service and have done that all with a kind of passion that we've not seen in a long time. Tell us how you feel sitting there watching your father and then watching your generation as they now are facing some of the obstacles they face.
Well, thank you for having me on.
This is a beautiful day. Y'all see this era? Y'all see this era? These people right here. Hey, y'all hit that like button, share the video out, man. Put it on TikTok, put it on X, Instagram, all that. Share the video out, make sure the likes up. This era right here, they fed us that white supremacy narrative. Race mongers. And they got empowered, they got rich, they got so rich that they lost touch with the people. And the other day they wore shirts for John Lewis. And they bring him to us as if he was a hero, when he really was a zero. But as I stated before, bloodlines run this country. Bloodlines, royal bloodlines. And a lot of people don't know where their allegiance is at and where they are in the story. So again, this narrative that's shaped around it, this is why we're here today, because they're talking about the taking of Black Lives Matter in DC. Shout out to Ace Boogie, who was that Dog Chief 305. Appreciate that little Ace Boogie. In the real Indian way, shit, we on the board. We're gonna light the scoreboard up tonight. We're gonna put some points on the board. So this era is leaving. Y'all look at their ass. They said they caught Maxine Waters shuffling money to her daughter. I don't know how true that is, but that's what the Doge, what's sharp to say? Doge said it. Well, guess what else Doge said? Doge said they caught your ass funneling money to the daughter, allegedly. And look at your boy right here.
Uncle Al. My first thought is
on their way out.
The Civil Rights Act, 1965. I'm born in 1966. I'm the first generation of African Americans that was born with equal rights. After 346 years, 1619 to 1965, I'm the first generation. So as I get older, it strikes me even more hard. And to know that after...
You know what's crazy to me? The fact that this brother will say 1619. So if you say 1619, now we know the 1619 story, Virginia, 20 odd Negroes, right? Now let's say it was 20 Africans. For you to sit here and tell us you the first generation since 1619, are you insinuating that your family was a part of those first 20 Africans? No, you're not. You're sitting here with your Masonic hand symbol. You're sitting there talking to another Masonic brother. We not for this bullshit. And I think this Jesse Jackson little boy right here in the middle. These the new age niggas.
To the Students for Fair Admissions versus Harvard, that my children have less rights than I've had my entire life growing up. There's been a reversal, a rollback in time when the president attacks diversity, equity, inclusion. These are aspirational goals. These aren't laws. If this is something that a corporation wants to do to expand access and opportunity for their clients and to create shareholder values and to express freedom of speech, they should be able to retain those values. E pluribus unum. Out of many, we are one. That's a call for diversity. 14th Amendment, equal protection. That's a call to our values. Inclusion, curb cuts for those that have different abilities and accessibility for those that need glasses and hearing aids. These are American values. Right. So it's just absolutely irrational, and it's also very much race-based to knock our children out of job opportunities and employment opportunities and educational opportunities. So being here today.
Race-based? Bro, nobody bring up race but y'all. What you mean race-based? Ain't nobody said nothing about no race. And you talking about opportunities for our people. Well, y'all are the representatives. Y'all are represented in these districts. Y'all are aldermans. Y'all are the niggas that's in these different parishes and shit. It's y'all. It's y'all mothers and fathers. And now y'all are here because it's a bloodline thing. Now, look over to Maxine Waters and ask her what she have done this whole time she been here. Go dig up John Lewis and ask him what he done. When Trump checked him, he said something about Trump when Trump ran the first time. And Trump said, nigga, look at your cities. Full of poverty, full of crime. You ain't did nothing for them people. I don't know why you still in office. You ain't done nothing for them. So, homie, don't sit here talking about race-based and don't backdoor on that talking about somebody taking opportunities from us when y'all are the people in position. Come on, fam. Y'all been pocketing the money the whole time. And that's why you sitting here with this nice suit on, with this very bootleg-ish attitude.
Just gave me there was two sides to that bridge. One was looking back and the other is looking forward, because we crossed that bridge. We won, and we're going to continue to win, and we're going to win again. But the fight is on.
We won. Terry Sewell, you're a congresswoman. You grew up where Amelia Boykin and others were tear gassed on that bridge we walked across, beaten by Alabama state troopers, yet you're a member of Congress, which was unthinkable 60 years ago.
They always want us to remember this. Bro, the Selma was a setup. What you mean by that? Well, you know how they say false flags or whatever, it was propaganda. It was set up. Now, in the midst of this, people on the Freedom Rides did lose their lives, but as we know, these people, they will sacrifice your ass just to get a law passed or get something in the legislation that favors them. But I'm going to show y'all. I'm not going to just tell y'all. Let's go through it.
Years ago. And as you are in the community and have grown up among those that were the original foot soldiers, what can you say today to those of us that are complaining about the retrenchment of a lot of those rights? What should we take from this day?
I think that what I'd like for folks to take is an opportunity to reflect on the significance of what happened 60 years ago, but to rededicate ourselves to the challenge and to the cause for which those marchers march. It was a call to action in my view. I am honored every day, and it's never, ever lost on me that I get to walk the halls of Congress as Alabama's first Black Congresswoman, because Amelia Boynton Robinson dared to run in 1964 for this very same seat with 1% of the vote. And, it's because of our foremothers and our forefathers, the sacrifices that they made, that all of us who are sitting here, literally the Voting Rights Act of 1965 changed the color of elected office in America. And I think that what I hope people will take from it is that.
What? Change the language, lady. Are you serious? Listen to what she said.
And I think that what I hope people will take from it is that because progress is so elusive, we have to fight like hell to hold on to the progress that we've made and to try to advance it. And it was Coretta Scott King who said that freedom is never won in just one generation. It's fought in every generation. And so
y'all don't even relate to the generation. Most youngsters coming up are, they're going to the right. They not trying to hear that y'all ain't done nothing and it's been too long. And all of these people that they telling us are heroes, superstars, and even about the movement, watch what I do to them. Shout out to the homie Ace Boogie. Welcome to the BCU.
this is our battle cry, our opportunity to pick up that mantle and carry it forward. And that baton is a treasured baton. And it's not about one leg of a race. It's about a lifetime.
Right.
And so, for us, I think that our struggle has always been one step forward, 5 steps back, 2 steps forward.
Who taking us back? That's poor leadership. If we manage to make progress, 2 steps, not 1, but 2 steps. So the leadership then we go 5 steps back, that is directly on leadership. That is directly on the representation who are on the scene, on the front line, who are elected and voted in by the people to represent them. So basically what you just said is, since y'all are from the bloodline, y'all inherit these positions. Like I said, these people been running dynasties, and it's always have been about bloodline. They have been career politicians because their families were in the allegiance with the U.S. and this whole system, this whole play that's going on. So yeah, we not with it. We see what's going on. So we're gonna come over here to, since they were speaking on, and that's the Congressional Black Congress. Why y'all coming out here like that? The Black Caucus, I'm sorry. They coming out here talking that talk. Now let's talk about John Lewis before we get into this Black Lives Matter issue.
Luther King Jr. Day, 4 days before the inauguration of a controversial new president, Americans are taking in a bizarre spectacle, a war of words between the president-elect and the legend of the civil rights movement, Congressman John Lewis. Today, Donald Trump met with MLK's son. Covering it all, ABC's Steve Osunsami.
It's a curious time for a fight between a civil rights icon and the next president of these United States. But tonight, as Americans spend this holiday remembering the life and work of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., this is where we are. Congressman John Lewis, a beloved public servant who marched with King, has spent his whole life speaking truth to power and says that's what he's doing now. In Miami today, he underlined his bona fides.
Yes, I did get in trouble. I stood up. I spoke.
In Miami today, that's what he's doing.
Why they talking about why Michelle taller than all of the men? Y'all wrong for that. Y'all know she got on 10-inch heels. They talking about why Michelle taller than all of the men. Y'all wrong for that. Y'all, you go to bed. It's late. Y'all need to go to bed. Y'all wrong for that. They talking about why Michelle taller than everybody out there.
Now, in Miami today, he underlined his bona fides.
Yes, I did get in trouble. I stood up. I spoke up. I spoke out, and I got arrested.
But this time, he's not struggling with Jim Crow, racist police, or segregated schools. He's taking fire from President-elect Donald Trump after announcing that he'll boycott the presidential inauguration and explaining why.
I don't see this president-elect as a legitimate president. I think the Russians participated in helping this man get elected.
The president-elect is responding, saying on Twitter that the legendary congressman is all talk, no action or results, and should spend more time fixing and helping his district, which is in horrible shape and crime-infested. Now the congressman's support.
So they just came out here talking all that talk about how great John Lewis was. And he come tell us he fighting the fight. And you know what Trump responds? Because he came out with that Russian talk, right? And I'm gonna show y'all the guy, matter of fact, that was involved in pushing that whole agenda, right? So him and Cash Patel, they in it right now. But he spoke out today. He not happy with the Dems because of that shit they pulled the other night, and Al Green got kicked out, right? So this is what John Lewis had to say. This is what Trump had to say about him.
Participated in helping this man get elected.
The president-elect is responding, saying on Twitter that the legendary congressman is all talk, no action or result.
All talk. Yeah, you Democrat, you nigga all talk, fam. Y'all come out here selling dreams. Ain't never lived up to nothing y'all said. Ain't never did nothing y'all told us y'all was gonna do. Trump, a real nigga, Trump say, man, you all talk, homie. You been there that long, ain't nothing been done. Check him out.
And should spend more time fixing and helping his district, which is in horrible shape and crime infested. Now the congressman's supporters are fighting back. New Jersey Senator Cory Booker came.
And guess who's on the Cory Booker? See, they had been building him up. Oh, he head honcho today. Today, 2025, he head honcho this new Democratic Party now. He head honcho and they passing him off as a nigga boy to us. All right, let's walk.
Out with expected praise for the congressman, saying that he's faced down some of history's most hateful. Now and then, his love and truth prevail. First Lady Michelle Obama was not far behind, thinking of Dr. King and great leaders like Representative John Lewis who carry on his legacy. May their example be our call to action.
Okay, it's enough of that shit. Y'all ready to get rid of him? You know what? We can do it now. Why wait? You know what? We'll go here. It's cool. We'll go here. Oh nah, that's Pocahontas. Hold on, let me get out of there. That's Pocahontas. That poker, that's little poker. Little Pocahontas. Now, back in 2020, this is where this all started.
Back in 1794, the earliest chapter of this nation as an independent nation, the legendary preacher, educator, and writer Richard Allen was born into slavery, founded the African Methodist
my nigga.
Episcopal Church, or AME Church, in Philadelphia. It was the first independent Black denomination in the United States. And it is not overstating things to say it is one of the most important institutions in this country's history.
I wonder why.
And this was the foundational Black church, a sanctuary for African Americans under the boot of slavery and persecution, to worship and to congregate and to fight for civil rights and for dignity and for equality. And then in the 1820s and 1830s, Black worshipers founded two AME churches in Washington, D.C., specifically Israel Bethel and Union Bethel. And the reason they did it was because of disaffection from two mostly white Methodist congregations, which required African Americans to sit in the gallery.
Come on. Are y'all going to take out the part where Absalom Jones got beat up? And then they're using black pads of Pan-African. Wow.
These churches threw themselves into the cause of abolishing slavery, and they were stations on the Underground Railroad, and church leaders worked to increase literacy and to lift up Black Americans.
Is that so? So white Methodists, huh? So when them niggas had nothing to do with it? You sure about that? So they try to go put Black Lives Matter on Richard Allen Church. And y'all know this my homeboy. So right here, this the church that they talking about the white Methodists didn't want them in. This the church right here. First AME church in the U.S. 1791. Absalom Jones, first pastor here, and Richard Allen. Yeah. You know who this guy is? The GOAT. Yeah, they ain't talking about it. You know who you at? This is the GOAT. See what he got right here? Boy, don't let him get to flipping the pages. Don't make. I'll tell you, he got the thing. So this is This is damn near the greatest colonizer of all time. You know, we at the first AME church. This is Reverend. You hear me? You know Reverend Al Sharpton. You know Reverend Jesse James. You know Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King. I don't know if that nigga know that, y'all. But anyway, nigga, this is Rich and Rich. This is Richard Allen, man. Great. You feel me? This is Richard Allen. My boy, my man's in there. Richie Rich. Oh yeah, you know, we missed the pull up. So yeah, that was 2020, and they got to talking about them taking the joint out. So let's walk. They tried to put Black Lives Matter on the church. Come on, fam, with that fake shit. What we doing?
Talks with Ukraine are expected to take place in Saudi Arabia tomorrow, as Trump says progress is being made to end the war there. Also, political pundits are weighing in on the future of the Democratic Party, as many say it lacks a true leader at the moment. Joining us now to discuss this and more headlines on the Hill is Washington insider Armstrong Williams. Good morning to you, sir. Good to see you.
Is this an FBA? Y'all hear me out. I don't know what a FBA phenotype is. I'm not sure about that because FBA is still black. So when you see other people that are black, you know, I don't know. That's why I don't think that's a good idea. I think we need a new word. I think we need to take the black out of it. Foundational American. You know, as soon as y'all drop that black, I think life will be easier. You don't have to delineate. If you're just a foundation America, you drop the black. The black is what's keeping you in the trick bag. But you want to keep the black, but you can't keep the black because you ain't create the black. And the black wasn't created for nothing good for you. The black was created to put you in this political body that will embody the African diaspora and other niggas that's black, and you'll be prone to motherfucking program, and they able to shape, mold your motherfucking mind, you know, and with fear tactics and propaganda, and have niggas that look like he from goddamn Nigeria, from the Igbo tribe, stand up here and speak for you in Washington. It's a damn shame. Quick as you nigga let go that black shit. FBA, what's wrong with Foundational American? FBA, what happened? What's wrong with Foundational America? Why y'all holding on to the black? Because after fighting the diaspora wars for at least 4 years, fighting the diaspora wars, there is no winner. And I'm like Trump, that's a battle that didn't have to be fought. There's no reason why Americans should be fighting diaspora people or anyone outside of America. You feel me? You know, it don't even have to be those casualties. You know, we can solve it easy. What's the problem? The word black. The worst we have ever been in history is under the title black. Like, and it's like the more that people keep us in the black paradigm, it's like, you know, like people are shocked to find out that Pan-African was a psyop against our people. People are shocked to find that out. So you know, a lot of people abandoning the Pan-African got away from it. But with the black, it's like, if people are going to continue to put you in the black box, understand that, nigga, you only have one fate. There's only one outcome that comes out of the black box. The worst we have ever been in the history of us is when we got classified as black. I mean, that's the drug era, there's heroin, there's after Vietnam, that's civil rights, that's crime bill, prison pipeline, crack cocaine, AIDS epidemic. You feel me? All of these hip hop, you know, urban movies that promoted violence and, you know, genocide on those that look like you. Nigga, the worst part of us has been under black. What is we holding on to it for? Foundational American will automatically end the war. Soon as you drop black. And if niggas want to and we know the other people, they don't even want the black. But they come here and they gain benefits off of their blackness here. You see this guy, he got him a good job. Look at him, nigga living good, suit on. They benefit off of the shit. We get the weekend of the stick. So just drop the black, and if they want to keep it, the diaspora and the Africans and everybody else that's being delineated against, if they want to keep it, they can have it. They can take them curses with them. They can go be cursed by them motherfucking demons and their propaganda. Foundational America, what's wrong with that? To put the black in front of the American is to say that the white man owns the land. You can't come out here and say you're a foundational black American and you own the land, you fought in all the wars, you built up America, but you are calling somebody else, you're giving somebody else this title this title over you. You're not really claiming the land if you got to put black in front of it. Nigga, either you are the American or you somebody who was brought to America. Because if you gotta delineate yourself, you are saying there's more than one type of American. But if you're the foundation, then you are the attentionist people of the land, homie. But when you put the black on it, now you are letting us know that it's other variations and other options. And then you have, in those other options, you have other people like the white folks, they're just American. So now you then, by default, gave them more superiority over you. Now you're not even in control of the land. That's what I'm saying, homie. It's a victimhood package, and any real nigga can see that shit from across the street. I'm like Trump. Who would make a deal like this? Who would make this deal? The easiest way to get out of the whole delineation, the easiest way, the FBA can keep everything they have. And is it really that bad if you drop black? Is it really a difference when you say you're a foundational American? Because now you are letting people know you are the American. Foundational American, that's the same as saying you are the first American, the original America, the inheritor of the land. When you put the black on it, now you're talking about these other groups of Americans. And guess where you fit on the totem pole? The last. So now, man, ain't nothing wrong with, but if we keep on continuing with this goddamn black, and we got to fight a useless war like Ukraine and Russia, you feel me? Fighting for nothing, people, for nothing. When we just drop the black, say we foundational Americans, and we'll let everybody else who want to hold that black, we'll let them catch all that karma, all that bad luck and them curses that black bring along with it. But let's see what this Igbo Mufasa face head nigga got to say about it.
A Democrat, Alyssa Slotkin, who did give the response to Trump's speech last week,
said
on Meet the Press, Democrats do not have a true leader despite desperately needing a change. The party right now caught between the status quo supporters and progressive members. How can it survive like that, Armstrong?
Well, obviously, it will survive. It doesn't have a message or a messenger, although the governor of California, Gavin Newsom, certainly shocked the establishment by saying biological men should not play in women's sports, which tells you he's moving towards the center, and he's vying to run for president in 2028. And I think the important thing is showing that you're willing to show some common sense and move where the American people are and abandon this wokeness and progressiveness. So we'll just see if this is just the beginning and whether Democrats begin to get the message.
Yeah, we're starting to see a shift in some of that Democratic messaging. Even D.C., you pointed out, plans to paint over a large yellow Black Lives Matter mural. Tell us more about this, and what do you think about the calls for the federal government to take over leadership and direction of the city?
Well, I think that's more of a myth. I don't think the White House is trying to take over the District of Columbia. The White House believes that we've got to do more to regulate these gun crimes and this violence and young people being held accountable. He feels the laws are too loose here. And also they want to remove this homelessness somewhere else. You've got these shelters. Why they're not staying this? And also when people come here, this should be the most beautiful city in the world. And I think the mayor has shown her willingness to work with this administration where they can find common ground and to push back where they can't. And I think the issue of Black Lives Matter, I don't think anybody should have on a plaza in front of the White House, White Lives Matters, Gay Rights Matters, Black Lives Matters, Americans Matters. I think we need to get rid of this wokeness. And I think the mayor has come to the realization that that time has passed and she's agreed to remove that and just move on and focus on issues of importance to the District of Columbia.
Tomorrow, U.S. officials will meet with a Ukrainian delegation in Saudi Arabia to determine if Ukraine is willing to make concessions to end the war. How do you see this all playing out, Armstrong?
Listen, Zelensky is on an apology tour. He's doing everything he can to give Donald Trump what he wants in order to bring this conflict to closure. Whatever that means, he must sacrifice, whether it's land. Certainly, I don't think he will ever become a member of NATO. And because Zelensky has totally changed his tune, is pushing back from those that were in his ear telling him not to sign the mineral agreement, I think there's great hope that something can move pretty quickly regards to the Ukrainian-Russian conflict.
Washington insider Armstrong Williams, always great.
All right, now, that nun. We're gonna start calling them niggas black. That's how we're gonna delineate. We're gonna make them the black people. We don't want to be black. We're gonna make them the black people. They get all the curses and shit off this shit. Yeah. We gonna let y'all go. So let's see. Let's go with the you know what, we ain't even gonna go here first. Let's get over here to this Black Lives. Let's finish this Black Lives because you had Kappa Phi out there today. Oh, they mad. They pissed off.
Work begins on removing Black Lives Matter Plaza in the district. Today, more than 50 members of the Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity and others.
Hey, get the likes up, family. Support the show. Get the likes up. Support the show.
Gathered on the plaza to lift their voices.
Let us march on till victory is won.
By east side, where the bound lady, they might lead whoever. How this song go? Praise thy name, in ever. Boy, these niggas, this might be our new song, y'all. I don't know. Which side are you on? Oh, we could get a little soul in it. We get a little Black European soul in it.
Let us march on till victory is won.
News 4's Mark Seagraves spoke to many of those fraternity brothers, and Mark joins us live now from the plaza with more on why they came out today and what the removal process will look like. Good evening, Mark.
Yeah, hey, Mauricio. Yeah, I talked to Richard Maddox with the Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity, and he told me they came here to remind people what this plaza means to African Americans and to the entire country. And he said, They understand why Mayor Bowser made the decision to take it down now.
This will always be, because Black Lives Matter. We're not protesting. We're coming. We recognize the meaning. We recognize why this problem has to be done. But yet and still, we support the local officials' decision. But we want it to be known that you can erase this, but you cannot erase our history. This is just a setback for a serious comeback.
So our work will begin tomorrow, which means some road closures and some parking restrictions down here. What they're going to do first is they're going to remove these bollards that go up and down 16th Street here. Next, they will come in and remove the cobblestones down here on the street, both colored, the granite and the dark brown cobblestones. Once those are up, they will then repave the entire street. This will start in sections, first at K Street and then working its way toward the White House. The work will cost about $610,000 and it will take between 6 and 8 weeks to complete. That's the very latest.
6 to 8 weeks, so they getting started. Yeah, all this shit got pushed out the way today. They say, yeah, nah, we cool. We cool on that. I thought I had the one with the mayor speaking out about it. Yeah, I thought I had the mayor speaking out about it. They went away. Okay. So the Dems, the dude that even started the whole Russia conversation, he pissed off at the Dems. Let's talk.
On cable news was whether the Democrats were going to do anything to disrupt the proceedings. They did. Some of them wore pink clothes, which was pretty wild.
The Democrats came ready to fight back with their little paddles, okay? That is how you save democracy, by quietly dissenting or bidding on an antique tea set. It was hard to tell what was going on.
Late night's take on the Democratic opposition at Trump's State of the Union address this week. I'm joined now by Democratic Senator Adam Schiff of California. Senator, thank you for joining us this morning. There's obviously been a lot of hand-wringing over how Democrats treated the State of the Union address. Let me read you what your colleague in the Senate, John Fetterman, had to say. He called the Democratic response a sad cavalcade of cell phones and unhinged petulance. It only makes Trump look more presidential and restrained.
And y'all get the likes up. Get the likes up, family. The chat is actually out to get the likes up. I can't see the likes. But yeah, man, let's get the likes up. We should be over 500 likes when we be leaving out of here. It'd be 2,000 people watch the show and 200 likes. Like, come on, man, hit the like button. What we doing?
We're becoming the metaphorical car alarms that nobody pays attention to, and it may not be the winning message. Does Senator Fetterman have a point?
Well, I think the lack of a coordinated response to the State of the Union was a mistake. And frankly, it took the focus off of where it should have been, which is on the fact that the president spoke for an hour and 40 minutes and had nothing to say about what he would do to bring down costs for American families that were watching that lengthy address, sitting at the kitchen table, hoping that he would offer something to help them afford a new home or pay the rent, to afford health care or child care. There was nothing in it for the American people. And that's where we need to keep our focus. I was just listening to your guest precede me, trying to explain that these tariffs, these on-again, off-again tariffs, are not about trade. It's a drug war. But next month it's a trade war, but now it's a drug war. It was incomprehensible. And he was also trying to say that job numbers that came in less than expected are somehow good news. They're destroying the economy and they're making it harder and harder for Americans to afford things. That's where we need to keep the focus. That's why we lost the last election, because we weren't laser focused on the high cost of living. And what they're doing now is just making it so much worse in the administration. And that's really what we need to emphasize.
You've made it.
So you're going to sit here and tell us that it's their fault for the cost of, but y'all lost the election because y'all ain't focused on the high prices that people having to pay. Now, before we kill all this Black Lives Matter talk, that John Lewis, these new black politicians, we gonna do a throwback Pocahontas.
It's been fully documented, and there's no evidence of any kind other than it had nothing to do.
Are there any more documents or any more? Are there any more documents or any more forms like this out there that you have listed yourself as that could come out?
Look, this is who I grew up believing with my brothers. This is our family story. And it's all consistent from that point in time. But as I said, it's important to note I'm not a tribal citizen, and I should have been more mindful.
More mindful? How the hell how you don't know that you're not a tribal citizen? How you don't know that? How you could have been more mindful on that? How you don't know?
Of the distinction with tribal citizenship and tribal sovereignty. And that is why I apologize to Chief Baker and why I've made a very public apology about this.
There could be other documents like this.
I'm sorry?
Could there be other documents out there with you self-identifying as American Indian?
So all I know is during this time period, this is consistent with what I did because it was based on my understanding from my family's stories. But family stories are not the same as tribal citizenship. And this is why I have apologized both to Chief Baker, who was very gracious about it, and have apologized publicly.
But this most recent incident just came out yesterday. Have you spoken with him, with Chief Baker, since this new incident was released? And have you heard from any Native American tribes or groups today since that information came out yesterday?
So I haven't spoken with anyone since I saw this information, no. But my apology is an apology for not having been more sensitive about tribal citizenship and tribal sovereignty. I really want to underline the point, tribes and only tribes determine tribal citizenship. It is an issue of tribal sovereignty.
How do you think voters will react to this?
I'm sorry?
How do you think voters will react to this?
You know, I'm sure there are pundits who will have an answer for that. But understand, this is from the heart. This is about my family, my brothers, and it is about an apology from the heart. An apology for not being more sensitive to tribal citizenship and tribal sovereignty, and for harm caused.
Have you considered dropping out of the race?
Yeah, they call her, Trump called her Pocahontas. He called her Pocahontas the other day. So this is her in her apology.
Before I go any further in this, I want to say this. Like anyone who's being honest with themselves, I know that I have made mistakes. I am sorry for harm I have caused. I have listened and I have learned a lot. And I am grateful for the many conversations that we've had together. It is a great honor to be able to partner with Indian country. And that's what I've tried to do as a senator. And that's what I promise I will do as President of the United States of America.
That was Elizabeth Warren attempting to seize control of and end the controversy over a narrative that has dogged her campaign, deservedly or otherwise. She started her remarks at an Iowa forum on Native American issues today with an apology. You might remember her past claims of Native American ancestry have been the subject of much ridicule, particularly from Donald Trump, who still refers to the Massachusetts senator as Pocahontas. And last week, even Trump was questioning if he went there too soon.
Too early. It's like Elizabeth Warren. I did the Pocahontas thing. I hit her really hard. And
Trump said, I slept with that one. Yeah. Trump out here on Indian time. Trump said, man, we taking phase with all pretendians. Then he backdoored and said that the 14th Amendment does not give Native Americans citizenship in the U.S. and they started hitting the Navajo and different reservations. Yeah, Trump been bad. He don't like them. He don't like them natives. Yeah, I hit her. Nigga said I hit her hard. Bow, drop her, parked her.
Thing. I hit her really hard, and it looked like she was down and out. But that was too long ago. I should have waited. But don't worry, we will revive it. It can be revived. It can be right. It will be revived, and it can be revived very easily and very quickly.
So Jake and the table are back. Karine, just starting with you here, picking up. Let's start with Warren herself and what she decided to do today. We all remember back in the...
Well, she done came a long way, huh? That young sister up there, she done came a long way. In G, that's how her hair look. Her hair look like in Jesus' name. Yeah, she look like she got her hair done from that lady who do hair on The Color Purple. She one of that beautician. She looking like Celie from The Color Purple by the head. In Jesus' name. All right, let's check this little play they trying to run on us. Huh? Who up there? Ain't they paying them? Ain't the government paying them? Check 20 bands. Ain't they getting federal support? And now they got the new left movement. And where it's gonna kick out? Right here in Berkeley. And they protested the ban on campus political activity. The protest was led by several students who demanded their right to free speech and academia freedom. FSM sparked unprecedented wave of student activism and involvement. I want to show you that it's all a game. It's all a game, family. You have something what they call the students movement, okay? The students movement. Well, while the student movement was happening here in America campuses, white and black campuses, well, this took place around the world. It also took place around the world in response of May 6th National Students Union and the Union of University Teachers organized protest march. It was one key event of the month. The head of Paris police was obsessed by the need to protect the Sorbonne and surrounding massive invasion by the students. They all in Paris with it. They in Germany with it. They in Germany with it, man. Say, man, go on, where my light at? Where my light at, bro? They in Japan with it. Nigga in Japan with it, man. And it's popping up everywhere in America. So it's the new left. They putting a lot of money behind the Planned Parenthood popping. They put a lot of money behind the eugenics movement. They studying niggas. And they putting a lot of money into institutionalizing niggas. You got to understand in the 60s, what did they do? You got your migrations and all of this type of shit. You got the wars going on. You have, they're closing down boarding schools. So Native Americans are now going to school with niggas and white folks and shit like this here, right? Or everybody need a new identity. We're bringing all of you were bringing all of I think it was like an urban plan or something like that. They bringing all of the people into U.S. citizenship. Ain't no more of that outside shit. They ready to go. It's the new left movement. Yeah, the LGBs. Y'all think the LGBs just got here? LGBs been putting it down. Say, man, the LGBs was out there with it. You understand me? Student movement is popping. Yeah, the Chicanos. Yeah, this 68. Remember the walkouts at 1968, UCLA, the Chicanos. Yeah, nigga, it's going down. It's up there. Alcatraz, nigga, the Native Americans. It's popping, nigga, the AIM movement. Operation Alcatraz, nigga. Everybody getting busy. Everybody on the same thing, huh? Nigga playing Indian. Look at that. West Coast Indians don't even wear shit like that. Nah. Everybody's going down. Now remember, we heard from the Black Caucus, the new ones, the children of these people right here, their children and their grandbabies. Career politicians, they done ran us raggedy. Bro, we come from communities where it was respect. You know, that was back then. Your first love was the girl next door. The community, you know, whether it was baseball, football, you know, different types of things. We come from a community where we used to try to win yard of the year. Everybody yard look immaculate. You feel me? Like, these people came in and broke us down, and they want to try to use the race bait and try to push it on their YT Masonic brethren. Make him the face of it the whole time while they take everything, create the problem, and act like they there to solve it. So the Congressional Black Caucus, like Joe Brown say today, Judge say, they are the Rainbow Coalition. And the head of them is a LGBTBBB YT man. NAACP, they gonna lose their power to who? The Congressional Black Caucus. 50 out of 64 during the late 1960s, Charles Diggs created the Democracy Select Committee in efforts to bring in black members of Congress together. Diggs noticed, look what he noticed, y'all. Listen, this is very important. He noticed that he and other African-American members of Congress often felt isolated because there was very few of them in Congress, and wanted to create a forum that they can discuss common political challenges. So they don't want to go create no laws for themselves or no govern themselves. They go get them something just like the white boy. Check. So the CBC decision to fight the battle with President Nixon publicly worked. So they end up sitting down in 71 and getting a meeting. This Black Caucus, they end up getting a meeting with who? President Nixon. Okay, now watch this here. To eradicate racism, provide quality housing for African-American families, and promote the full engagement of African Americans in government. They wanted to promote the full engagement. And a lot of these people went on to be motherfucking career politicians on your ass. Yes, they did. They went on to be career because they was babies then, and now they old and gray. And some of them has went on to the other side. Huh? Come on, somebody. Now, ain't nothing new under the sun. Nothing. Huh? Congressional Black Caucus, huh? And they sat down with the president talking about they need to be in politics. Check. And they got the LBGs with them. Look at him. He was back there. He was one of them niggas back then. Huh? Who is that? BLM and Clinton? Huh? Didn't they have to go do that with Nixon? And then all them niggas that left there, what they do, family? That movement, they became politicians, career politicians. Hey, we got a PayPal, man. So if y'all got PayPal, you know, you want to show some love, PayPal on the screen. We got a new PayPal. Ain't that how it work? That's how it work, Chief. So when I tell you ain't nothing new under the sun, it's the same old play. Same playbook. They coming up the middle. I don't give a fuck if he do. Goddamn, bring his receiver off the edge. Goddamn, and sit him in. They coming right up the middle, bro. You can motion out the backfield, all that whole ass shit. BLM activist Cori Bush wins in Missouri, becomes state's first Black congressional woman. Cori Bush is said to be the first BLM leader in Congress. Shy Robin Brown, welcome to BCU. Huh? Soul Sister. It's all a game. Soul Sister. We showed you where they come from. Hold up. There they go. There they go. Nigga, there they go. There they go. It's the same shit. And they running it. You don't hold that office that long, nigga, without having a bloodline. You don't hold that office that long without having a bloodline, nigga. Because you damn sure ain't got no plan. You ain't been successful. Let's walk. Your community's in shambles. FBI COINTELPRO, college political movements. FBI COINTELPRO on college political movements. Huh? Ain't that him right there? Ain't that him right there? Talking about John. Ain't helped you a bit. Not one bit. And he looked too soft. The Freedom Rides, which began in May 1961, ended late year, were organized by Core National Director James Selma. If y'all watch the movie, we had BCU movie night, we had the Great Debaters. And on there you had James Selma. He was the young guy, like the Samantha book, but that other nigga was old enough to fuck, so he didn't get chose. Well, he organized some shit called the Freedom Rides. And they will organize these movements to do sit-ins and agitate these other people. These freedom rides will take place and become monumental during the period of African Americans who was routinely harassed and subject to segregation and Jim Crow laws. Now watch this here. Lewis attended a particular status as the civil rights activist. Okay, he obtained a particular status as an activist. Why? Because he had been arrested and he had been beaten so many times. They say, I'm talking about you just make you a civil rights leader. He looked too soft. Yeah, they say he got beat up so many times, you know, in the name of justice and equality, that they had to make him a real nigga, an honorary real nigga. He was absolutely fearless. Shout out to the homie Ken, goddamn, showing love. Totally committed. People knew that he always had their back and they could count on him. What? Tell that to that nigga District. Tell that to the kids in the inner city, that nigga District. He became the chairman of Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, and he helped organize the March on Washington, where Reverend Dr. King delivered the I Have a Dream speech. You just make you up a nigga. Right now, we witness Maxine Waters and Sheila Jackson Lee and all of them Black Caucus members go to jail because they was out there saying they was voting for rights for immigrants, Black immigrants. And they went out there and they got arrested, that fake ass arrest, right? Speaking about fake ass arrest. Like I say, you could just make up you a motherfucking civil rights leader. Biden says he was arrested during civil rights fight and claim he had a claim he's recanted before. Joey B say, nigga, I was arrested. I was out there fighting, nigga. I fought the fight. You can tell a nigga anything, you hear me? You tell a nigga anything, man. Biden previously claimed to have marched in the civil rights movement as a student in the 1960s. The struggles of activists in the South, they're the ones that opened my eyes. That's what he told them. Shit, the struggles of niggas, I'm from Delaware, but I see them niggas in the South, they inspired me. I had to join the movement. I went out there and fought and walked with them. Got blood on my hand, tasted blood, fucking with this shit behind you niggas. Yeah, nigga took off on me, 2P, big old nigga. Called me a nigga lover and slid me. I tasted blood for this shit, young niggas. I'm a civil rights activist. There they go. Uh-oh. There they go. American Baptist. Roger Williams College. 1934, previous owned by Roger Williams, became American Baptist Board of Trust, purchased 53 acres. And if you know who Roger Williams is, he brought the Baptist faith here over in the colonies, the Massachusetts colonies. And you had John Elliott go the other way, but that's where your Baptists were, cryptos. They brought the Baptist conventions down south in the early 1800s. And during the Reconstruction period, they played a hell of a job even creating these HBCU colleges. Put up a lot of money. And then Martin Luther King, he come bring you with the Southern Baptist Convention. That's what, yeah, okay, come on. He ain't go get him something different, did he? He went and got something like it. King, yeah, what was it? Somebody help me out. Southern Baptist Convention or some shit like that, Martin Luther King. One of them motherfuckers. He went and got him a convention, a Baptist convention, just like them hoes. But you had University of Fish, Meharry, Tennessee State, helped form groups that were part of sit-in protests. Okay, now watch this here. American Baptist grew to national prominence. Several members of his student body, listen, became leaders in the movement. Okay, now watch this here. They grew national prominence as one of the training centers. This was a training center for nonviolent protesters. They trained niggas.
Hold on. I don't think y'all heard it. Listen. So we just saw their kids and grandkids out there taking their positions. Sheila Jackson Lee, when she transitioned, they tried to put her daughter in that seat after she left. And so that's what I'm saying. It's right in our face. And we not understanding the bloodlines. You feel me? That's running these circles. So we on John. Let's walk.
Is in here to learn how to take a punch. Yeah, they train niggas. And then Martin Luther King, he come bring you with the Martin Luther King. One of them motherfuckers, he went and got him a convention, a Baptist convention, just like them hoes. But you had University of Fish, Meharry, Tennessee State, helped form groups that were part of sit-in protests. Okay, now watch this here. American Baptist grew to national prominence. Several members of his student body, listen, became leaders in the movement. Okay, now watch this here. They grew national prominence as one of the training centers. This was a training center for nonviolent protesters. They trained niggas in here to learn how to take a punch. Yeah, they train niggas, bro. And today they call them crisis actors. Today they call them crisis actors. How much legislation been passed off propaganda motherfuckers put up there? Y'all see what happened to Alex Jones' ass, so I'm not finna do I'm not saying nothing about it. Y'all see what just happened to his ass. Farrakhan. But yeah, you see how much laws get passed through propaganda that they put out there? And now all of these sit-ins and shit you watch, niggas getting water hose, nigga, you live on Channel 5. You live on Channel 5 around here, ho, nigga. They call them crisis actors today. There you go. So they trained these niggas. And you got these student movements coming from the left. Everybody know what the left is.
Hey, man. How MLK, New Left Movement, turned you niggas Democrat. Okay? Check it out. So this the story. How did niggas become Democrat? Well, let's talk about it. African-American students represent Atlanta Historical Black College, formed the Committee on Appeal of Human Rights to try to rid of segregation in the city lunch counters. After almost a month of planning, on October 1960, students along with Martin Luther King Jr. conducted a sit-in at Magnolia Room Restaurant inside a rich department, which was Atlanta's busiest store and largest retailer. Now, they told you that they planned it. After months of planning, it was showtime. Bro, they played all over us, man. Well, King did not facilitate the sit-in, but he felt it was a moral duty. They say he ain't, yeah, right, nigga. But close to 300 students was arrested. King was one of the people that was arrested. King didn't get out. They locked him up on a probation violation, right? Locked him up on a probation violation. So this was the story. So now JFK sent Robert F. Kennedy to go get Dr. King out of jail. For that, this what grew them favor with blacks coming over Democrat. Martin Luther King daddy openly thanked the Kennedys, and he said that he'll walk with the Kennedys to the end of the world for getting his son out of jail. On some Tupac and Death Row shit, right? Now, right here, they tell you that King was a Republican. King was a Republican before then. Then after this situation, now he's on the Democratic side, coming out saying that he voted for LBJ. The New Left Movement. He a part of the student movement. Check. He already working with them, and now he done brought these niggas. He brought niggas to the left. This the play that brought niggas to the left. A sit-in, nigga violated probation. It's a setup. Now he with the Kennedys. This 1960. Without their support, him and the Kennedys, they wouldn't have won. And then they get him out of there, bring in JFK. JFK signed the Immigration Act. Now here we go with the immigration again. This time they bringing immigration over this way. You niggas ain't want to go back. Now they bringing immigration this way. FBI COINTEL political movements. Hold up, I want to clear something up. When I didn't mean immigration. He signed something called the Peace Corps. Well, it was a way that you know some people can get out of going to the war, but it was another way where they brought in transfer students from these colleges that they had set up in Africa, and they also sent young students from America over into Africa. So I got another bill where I'm going in on it. Leonard Jeffries went as a youngster in that missionary movement over to Africa. And he came back and got the number 2 spot under John Henry Clark. Because when he got his stripes, he went over there to them schools that was created that, well, they came like Edward Blyden came down to Tuskegee and got the blueprint and went back and created the first university in Liberia off of that same blueprint that he got out of Tuskegee. So that's what I meant for as the immigration. I just say the migrations of, the back and forth. Because at this time, the Afrocentrism, this is what they're starting to develop it. What else happened in 1960? Well, you had the de-Africanization of Africa, the decolonization of Africa, where they say the British gonna move out and they're gonna give them free reign. Well, the people that they left was of Black European origin. And that's why Africa stayed poor and in the same condition, no different than the districts that we are in, the historical quote unquote Negro towns, freedmen towns, Indian towns, or whatever you want to call it. You feel me? we witnessed the destruction of them, and people was in place to make sure that they never rose out of that. And that was no different than what was taking place over here. Let's walk. Okay. African American protest, 69. The FBI and students for the Democratic Society at the University of New Orleans. After the Watergate hearing, activists charged Federal Bureau of Investigations had engaged in illegal harassment and dissent organization, prompted a 1974 congressional investigation. So they had to get Congress to investigate this matter, bro. And they uncovered that the Bureau of Domestic Counterintelligence Program, COINTELPRO, designed to discredit government critics and silence political dissent. The FBI acknowledged 2,370 COINTELPRO operations, usually involving the planting of informants on college and university campuses and undermining the discredited 1960 students movement. Okay, they put money in this. This was a federal government operation, nigga. And you get your civil rights out of it, all of your black power and all these means. This shit was happening in colleges. It was happening in colleges, bro. Student movements all around the world. They funded this shit. Now you got some more. They all around the student movement. Through these student movements, let's see what else happens through these FBI student movements, government-backed operation. Both of them. It's a political movement, so you know it's government. Check. Nah, fuck that. Check. Whenever you got politics in the, it's a government movement. So now we're here. Partly stresses African heritage. Scholars will seek world unity and African kinship. Many black scholars attempting to organize a world union of people of African descent in the traditions of Marcus Garvey, founder of modern African nationalism. In this country, much of the new emphasis which they subscribe as Africanism grows out of the ferment of recent months over Black study program, where there has been strong desire evidence among Negro students to gain more than a distant familiarity of the African experience. One scholar making the case for Black studies in some months ago put it this way: they need to know that Black heroes and of the noble deeds of Black men. They need to know that, and remember, we're in this era of the 70s, so they're coming out with this new Black paradigm. Again, they have changed you niggas. You don't want to go to Africa? They need to know that that Black too is beautiful, and that under the African sky, people are proud, ease with their Blackness. This feeling of kinship with Africa was expressed last weekend at the second annual conference of a group so-called African Heritage Studies Association. Check. Which was ran by who? This is how John Henry Clark became the godfather of Pan-African information. This is how he got put on the pedestal. They need to know of Black heroes and of the noble deeds of Black men. They need to know that Black too is beautiful, and that under the African sky, people are at proud ease with their Blackness. This feeling of kinship with Africa, was expressed last weekend at the second annual conference. So they had only had two. It's the beginning, with a group called the African Heritage Studies Association. This is deep. This has never been brought out before. But let's walk. You're now rocking with the best that ever did it. About 200 people attended the conference at Howard University in Washington, mostly professors and students. They came Ethiopia, Ivory Coast, and Africa. Many of the participants wore colorful African robes and artifacts. Howard University, that's why when you graduate, nigga, they give your kente clout. Check. They over here putting this shit together. Why? Because look, real Indian way. They describe it as Africanism. It grows out of ferment in recent months. This 1970, nigga. So in recent months, there's a strong desire evidenced among Negro students to gain more about distant familiarity. Now, the government had put all this money in these projects, check. Government giving out money in these African projects, check. National Defense Act, they got paid. Scientific departments and all that shit grew. And now in the 70s, niggas now want to know. Now they just want to know. Blacks interrupted parley on African. This was in Montreal. Shout out to Kai coming through with a 3 from the top of the key. Easy. A series of disruptions in militant Black students and educators canceled this week more than half of the scheduled seminars at the International Conference on African and Black Studies. Disruptions appear to have forced key changes in concept of composition of major American study group on Africa. So now these student movements, right? Now they have bust open the doors and they have ran in and said that now they need changes, right? And they'll consider the Black Caucus. Now that concept and composition of the major American study on Africa. So they done kicked in the door. These niggas talking about they want in on the study on Africa. Check. They kick in the white folks up there having a little meeting, and these niggas run up in there, student meeting, wink, 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 student organization, wink, wink, wink. They run in talking about the disruption began late Thursday and forced the cancellation of about 30 to 55 scheduled sessions. Black descendants at the conference asked the African Studies Association, a major American study group on Africa, for equal representation for Black people. They want equal representation, y'all. People on the board of directors and also an intern board to be set up to restructure the thinking of the organization. Leaders of the Black Caucus at the conference said the association's current leadership had indicated their demands would be approved. So look, they kicked open the door telling white boy, you white, you can't teach Africa. I need to do it, nigga. Give it to me, put me on the board, give me a committee. That nigga said, done. So the white boy scared of y'all like that? Vice President of the African Studies Association said late today that the association had agreed to set up a 30-member intern committee to look forward to the reconstruction of the board and directors and executive. The committee said he would have 15 Blacks and 15 white members. They ain't never wanted nothing for themselves. They only wanted to sit next to the white boy. No different than when them niggas called up Africa and here come these niggas in the AME church.
Bro, let me tell you something. When it come down to the Black paradigm, when it come down to Pan-Africanism, bro, do you know how deep my bag is? This is nothing. If y'all remember this lecture, you see it's 4 hours, 3 hours and 41 minutes. This just a clip of that. Man, listen, fam. Man, I got them the blues. Beat them black and blue.
No different than when the Black Caucus ran in there talking about we need to be represented in government. And now all of these niggas that helped out in the student movement, they automatically get positions.
I rainstorm.
Well, this is a student movement.
Be cool, huh?
Check. So do the niggas that come through this student movement, do they get a position?
Yeah.
You fucking right they do. It's called colonization, baby. And just like we told you, when the Moors and Indians took over America, when the U.S. came into business, they weren't by running over no Indian. They asked who all wanted to get down, and they made them an offer they couldn't refuse. And niggas assimilated, and that's how you get colonization. You use the people to colonize the other people. Let's walk. The majority of discernment of Black Americans supplemented by Africans and West Indian educators and students from McGill and Sir George Williams University nearby. Statements of Black Caucus insisted that predominantly white association was fundamentally invalid. Members of the caucus tended only Black Africans, included Americans and West Indian Negroes, could give the proper perspective. Only American and West Indian Negroes can give the proper perspective. Their list of demands include at least half the membership of the association board of directors. Well, who's over all of this? Okay? Well, the father of Pan-African, the boss of all bosses. When you talk about an African study, when you talk about studying Africa, nigga, in America, nigga, he go the boss of all bosses. So why these niggas out there talking about what somebody ain't did for them and what they want a part of, well, this who they got to go through. Because anything under African studies coming out of America, goddamn, coming through this nigga, coming across his desk. Check, amen. Shout out to Lil Ties Bay for the love in the PayPal. Hey, y'all, we got a PayPal, so the PayPal work, man. So for those who do use PayPal, if you want to support the PayPal, do work. Lil Ties Bay, he sends word from the OG Ties Tariq Bay. He says, Ties said, as long as his health is good, he's with it. He loves what you're doing. Keep up the good work. Little Ties tell him, I got him. You know, forever. As long as I'm doing this, I'm going to keep up the good work. And I'm going to honor him and his works, you know, in the real Indian way. And ancestors say the same. Want to do a pyramid tour next year, and we want to get the OG out there. If we can get enough people by the end of the year for homecoming, we'll go back, you know, especially if it's a lot of new people that, you know, that haven't been, you know, we want to get, you know, we want Aboriginals and all that. Look, you got to understand, like, a lot of the shit we've been through. After we came together and we fought together and really crushed that last regime of the Pan-Africans, you know what I'm saying, that was on YouTube on this side. Once we breached their walls, and that go in the history books, that wasn't just American Indian fighters, that was Aboriginal fight. We came together and we took over, and by the end of that year, that regime, and we hit their major spots, and they haven't been right since. So, and the Indians and the Aboriginals been having a cordial relationship ever since. You know what I'm saying? So do want to extend the olive branch for them to come out to some of these events that we having, so we can show a strong united front. Because what took place couple years ago in that war, you know, their names will always, you know, be remembered because they actually fought in that war. Yeah, in a real Indian way. So let's walk. And when he died, nigga, they said the father of Pan-Africanism died. So Chief Hakeem, when all of the money getting put up, this who's gonna be putting the money up, this who's gonna run the curriculum. Let me say that. And he's gonna put his hand on the shoulders of these niggas out here that these Pan-Africans are calling giants. Check. And it started through the left student movement. They say they won't have. Okay, fine. That's how you get Leonard Jeffries. Bars. They say, man, you know, white boys, y'all, you know, we want our own. Fine. That's how you get Leonard Jeffries. Who was Leonard Jeffries? A Powhatan Indian. He told you that. Yes. Powhatan Indian, that's who he is, but he's going to be a missionary. He's going to grow up to be a missionary and help colonize his people. Why? Darvis, so are you telling me that if we get OG Ties Tariq Bay to come to the pyramids, that you'll actually come? Now, I know a friend that work at the zoo, right? I got a plan. You know, I'm a thinker. I got a plan. I got a friend that work at the zoo. Now, he got the needle that they shoot the rhinoceros with to, you know, to sedate them. Yeah, he got that juice. I hope you ain't scared of needles, nigga, or we can put it in your drink. At the zoo, I think I can, get like get enough to sedate your big ass to get you on the plane to Mexico. And then when you're on the way back, we're gonna hit you with that needle again. And OTK just gotta, make sure he's sitting on side of it. I know you're gonna need 2 seats, so y'all gonna have a whole row. And and he just wake you up and let you know when y'all get there. And they got the wheelchairs in the airport too, so we can just roll you out the wheelchair to the car, to the van, and open the slide doors and put your big ass in there, nigga. But yeah, I know a friend at the zoo and I think I can get that rhinoceros shit, that they sedate and put the rhinoceros down with. Just let me know. So if we get tired there, you done told me, nigga, you gotta be a man of your word. You told me that if I get ties to the pyramids, you coming. I'm gonna hold you to it. The City College in New York instructor 69 Jeffries and John Henry Clark established the African Heritage Studies Association. The African Heritage Studies Association. Now, the white boy and them got the African Studies Association, right? So they just put heritage in front of it. No different than what Richard Allen and them did when they broke away from the Masons and started Prince Hall. No different than what they did and when they left St. Thomas and when they built the AME Church. No different than the Scramble of Africa. You get the African Association, Pan-African Association. We're not going to fuck around. Why we don't see these niggas going to go get their own, but they coming out here, they got their own name on it, and they put a black face on it, and they white, and then we have a line. We goddamn show a map. We show the map pattern of these niggas taking money for these white folks, working for these white folks, side by side. And so while they were decolonizing Africa over there, and they got Kwame Nkrumah them in there, after they said in the Harlem Renaissance with you niggas, these other niggas who've been trained up as missionaries, well, they go back to Africa to go do their job, and these niggas do theirs here. Since they don't want to leave physically, we're going to bring Africa to their minds. Mentally, they will be from Africa. And that's when these guys come into play. While a City College, New York instructor, Jeffries John Henry Clark, established African Heritage Studies Association, was a chair of Black Studies at San Jose College in San Jose, California. He promoted the idea, unlike traditional academic discipline, Black Studies was intimately related to the community. 1971, he led a protest for the killing of John Henry Smith, an African-American research chemist. Let's walk. Jeffries was an oral history director of the Carnegie-funded Kente Library. Who funded the Carnegies? The same motherfuckers who've been funding all of this black thought. But then they come out and tell us it's independent thought, and it's coming from an African mind, and they're here to design you and put you in your proper. But nigga, this shit is paid for by the same folks. They working for the same folks that Du Bois and them work for. The same people that Booker T and them came down. Nigga, if they agents, they all agents. Go up and say, fuck that, nigga. If I gotta go down, it's gonna be a bunch of motherfuckers going with me. Go up and say, yeah, they didn't call me, they didn't find the check stubs. I've been taking money from the white boy. Nigga, if I go down, there's a lot of motherfuckers going down with me. These niggas in these Carnegie funded institutions running them. Man, how y'all fuck with this nigga TOPCATZ, man? This nigga is bro did the election so long ago, I be forgetting. So me listening to him, maybe bringing it back, and I'm just listening, and I be like, who made that young brother mad? Why he so? The other day I did the build on Bro Rich. The sister came here and said, you ain't come up for Brett. Like, nigga, I didn't stop. Like, Rich took me off the screen. I wish he would have showed me in there because, bro, I ain't hit the blunt. I ain't, nothing. I don't know, bro. Like, it'd be different. When it's game time and them lights come on and it's time to bring the people the information, my job is to make sure that they get a full understanding. If they remember 2020 TOPCATZ, I always say, the ancestors sent me to make it clear. So when I'm trying to drop, I'm trying to make clear as possible the point that I'm trying to make. Now, this brother became an oral history director of the Carnegie-funded Kente Library. Now, we're not saying nothing bad about him, but we're saying that we were taught through some of these, through Afrocentrism teachings, that the YT man was our enemy, but we see the people that's telling us the programs that they're using to tell us in the curriculum they're using to tell us that the platforms they're using to tell us are being funded by the people they saying that is our adversary. So me, not no nigga, not no intellectual, but me just being from where I'm from, I can look right at the situation and say, come on, family. Something going on. What Trump said got to be a kickback somewhere. It don't make sense. It got to be a kickback. Somebody must be getting the kickback. But let's talk about it. He consulted Alex Haley on the book Roots. Alex Haley got fined for that for lying. So what that make him? He was lying too. He helped Alex Haley write Roots. Alex Haley had to take the case by himself. How you think Alex Haley felt about that? Dr. Leonard Jeffries is on video saying that his mom told him, when are you going to speak about our Powhatan heritage? He told his mama, well, I can't do it right now, Mom. I'm working with Alex Haley. His words, not mine. But I don't take nothing from him. That don't mean he's not a good person. A lot of people came up in certain eras, but for him to have that information, me standing on this side and this is just my perspective. A lot of people, may, feel a certain type of way about it. But I don't count the era that came before me. I start the clock from when I came here. You know what I'm saying? And so everybody gonna have a different experience in this shit. But my experiences, the things I've seen, the places I've been, the people I bumped into, the souls that I done bumped into along this journey, you know what I'm saying? That's why I started, you know what I'm saying, from that perspective. And when I go out to these other apps, I'm hearing that same message. You know what I'm saying? But so I'm not gonna just say that the homie, because now we're in the day where everybody talking about American Indian shit. But somebody had to not just bring the Indians, because I didn't bring the Indian shit, but somebody had to bring an understanding that was so simple that wasn't outside of you, so it was organic. All you had to do was resonate with it. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what caught their attention. And that's why a lot of motherfuckers they look at me and they can see themselves when they see me. You know what I'm saying? Or the things that I said, hey man, I grew up like that too. And it was the simple shit. So I'm not saying he's a bad person, but decisions that he made was detrimental to it. Not to take away the fact he was a brilliant mind. He had to be. They chose him. You only gonna go get the best, even though they trained him up. He was trained to be the best, and he's a beast. When it came down to what he was a pillar in the era that he was in. He was one of the biggest line pushers. He was him. But if he would have told us about his Powhatan history and went up and used that brilliance for American history, like his mama asked him to, you feel me? Like, it's maybe I shouldn't think about that. You know what I'm saying? But I always think, you know what I'm saying? But everything happened for a reason. So to be here in a position in this transition, because this is it's hard to fight against this. Y'all see all the institution funding going into this, and we out here just funded by the people. And a lot of our people that ain't got it like that, just to, you know what I'm saying? To, you know what I'm saying? Now, how much money them niggas were receiving, you know? And so you have to make sacrifices. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to take that covenant with the ancestors, say, okay, I'm going to push this line, no matter what we have to do, even though we don't have large platforms of people speaking the Indian message. You know what I'm saying? Even though we don't have that, even though everyone else platforms are larger, or they've been around more, you know, they have foundation with, you know, they have a support foundation around them. Like no matter what, they've been around so long, they have a foundation of support for whatever move or endeavor that they can that they can imagine, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, we don't have that, you know what I'm saying? We don't have the unity, none of that type of shit. So we don't know how much value will really be on the table if it was unity there, because then the people can actually see or even be in the position of something with potential. You know what I'm saying? You have to make them see it first. And if they see us together, then you motherfuckers start believing, you know, and then that support. So we don't even know how much support we really could have. We don't really know how strong we are because we never been in a position where all of us was together. The closest one maybe was the time before I was here, but the time in my era was the time where we put our differences to the side and we said that we were going to come together and we were going to fight together. And it worked. And we won. And we never had a problem from, you know, with each other after that. And I think, you know, but I just always go back and say, what if all of those scholars, Runoko Rashidi traveling the world, you know, seeing all of these melanated people and getting you know, what if he would have went there in representation of a Cherokee Indian like his family told him? You know what I'm saying? You're a man, you have these experiences going around the world, but you're pushing African. What if he was going around the world pushing that we are the true Cherokees over here in America? You feel me? Like, you know, it's crazy I think of those, but then it just make you want to go harder. It lets you know how much work needs to be done here and how many people that are actually here. And you know what I'm saying? As of right now, if we really gonna rank it, now I ain't talking about the information, but far as, you know, foundation, unity, you know what I'm saying? Signs that will survive, that this will survive in the future, you know what I'm saying? When we not here, you know, man, we got a failing score on that. You know, BCU, we do what we can do. We represent. A lot of Indians see it, you know, they say good things about it, you know, we're a small example. And, you know, hopefully, you know, more people come walk this journey with us. And, you know, this journey of peace, this journey of synchronism with the ancestors, this journey of making America, you know, and bringing that understanding and bringing that soul back, you feel me? Conjuring them ancestral spirits, you feel me? Like everybody around here line dancing and all this shit popular. You know, cowboy, cowgirl tie, you know, they, you know, loving it. It's resonating. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a part of you. So yeah, I just sometimes think, what if them niggas would have did it? But then at the same time, you know, shit, I'm one of them ones that's in that position. There's other chiefs out there, there's other people, you know, that was sent at this time. But, you know, I'm one of the ones that got to make sure my game tight at all times. So this shit here can survive, you know, for paradigm, for when we gone. This paradigm can survive, I'm sorry, even when we're not here. Now this white boy right here mad at Dr. Jeffries. Dr. Jeffries told him that if he was serious about his scholarship, he would receive a $500,000 grant. Why ain't nobody reaching out giving you no money for the shit you talking about? He said they giving out $500,000 grants for the shit I'm talking about, nigga. You ain't on my motherfucking level. Nigga, y'all see what so the YT man wanted to debate Dr. Leonard Jeffries on some of the things he was saying, some of the things about small hats and some of this Afrocentric history. You know, Jeffries, remember, look, it say he was funded by the Carnegies, right? Dr. Jeffries told him, I would like to see your documentation. I've read the books you named and they don't support your claims. He said, you said I wasn't serious about my scholarship because I've never received a $500,000 grant. Meaning the YT man that said, Jeffrey say he not debating the YT man. He gave him a few sources. YT man say he went and checked them. They don't support his claim. And he wasn't serious about his scholarship because he never received a $500,000 grant. Insinuating that Jeffries got a $500,000 grant to do what? Teach Afrocentrism, to be a pillar in bringing this Afrocentric, viewpoint or paradigm into existence. Things that go unsaid. We getting big money pushing this shit. Bars. And he would, if they would have debated that white boy Jeffries, Dr. Jeffries would have told that white boy ass to the white meat, because everything he was saying about them Jews was correct. He said about their contributions in the slave trade. And I'm gonna show you one of the sources that he used. I get it from him, Aaron Lopez. These were black Jews. He didn't say they were black. I brought the black European part in there because I showed you how the nigga made pointers and everything. They didn't even want to bury him with the other G because he was melanated. But he was the biggest. At that time, before the Revolutionary War, he chose the wrong side. They got his ass up out of there. Couldn't hustle on this block no more. So all of them Newport Jews and out there and all that shit there, he was right. Now, how he knows so much about this? Well, Jeffries attended Lafayette College for his undergraduate work. While in Lafayette, Jeffries' pledge was accepted into Phi Labunda Phi, a Jewish fraternity, which was the only fraternity at Lafayette that would accept black students. The nigga was inducted in a Jewish fraternity in college. So when he come out on small hats participation in the slave trade, well, the brother pledged in a Jewish fraternity. Why Pan-African don't talk about that? What is he doing in the Jewish? Come on, let me be quiet. Come on, man. That's how he know. What else he know? He's a Powhatan Indian. But they paying a lot of money at this time. As a result, listen, family, as a result of racial and political dispute of exclusion for leadership position of black academics, ASA leaders, ties with the U.S. intelligence and missionary, the ASA split. Okay, so they said they was tired of the SAA. He go, these black leaders, oh, we so tired of you niggas. We need a voice. The ASA split in 1968 when the Black Caucus of the ACA, led by John Henry Clark, founded the African Heritage Studies Association. Okay. Check. And then to this boom. With the membership, Stable say, $500,000 turn a nigga African real quick, won't it? In 1960, half a ticket is really a ticket. It's probably 2 tickets. Half a ticket back in the 60s, shit, nigga, that's about 2 million a day. Yeah. And you know what? They always ask us, see, they talking about they Indians now, but if they give out reparation and they say you have to say you black or African, y'all gonna say y'all black or African. No, we not. For what? See, don't try to put that on us. Don't gaslight us with that, because we know for a fact that people that come from that paradigm on the other side did that. Like the homie Stave would say, half a meal will turn a nigga African real quick. Y'all lucky they ain't paying like that today. But I have you niggas ass settling on the first goddamn steamboat back to Africa. Boy, if they were paying like that today, boy, I'm fucked up out here. Poor as I am, boy, y'all lucky they ain't paying that money today, boy. Nigga, I had a whole dashiki on with the cap. Boy, I see, boy, y'all be on the boy, I be in the back to American Colonization Society 2025. Y'all, boy, they paying that $500,000, boy. Africa, viva Africa, viva Africa. My Ghana queen, boy, y'all, I mean, for boy, half a ticket. I'm sending you niggas that back to change. I'm gonna come out there. I'm gonna say, I want to apologize. Over the last years, I have been spreading misinformation. I have come across new information hidden from all mankind's eyes. We are indeed the children of Africa. And I break down and cry. I say 1619, they brought over 20 old slaves and they beat them and they mistreated them. And it hurt. And I'm going to Igbo land, and my ancestors, my African ancestors were denied. We brought rice and we braided rice in our hair and okra seeds to plant for a meal. We slept nuts to butt on the ship. Oh, it was a long ride. We got those so thirsty, you had to drink the salt water. Oh, yeah, shit. Many men, we lost many men and women that went overboard in the rough storms as we crossed the Atlantic during the Mustafa. Yeah, boy, I come out here, boy, shit. Okay, so he didn't go get his own. He went and got one just like them. He the head nigga in charge. Yes, sir, then. He's the head nigga in charge. It's all a game, family. Just like they King went down there and they did him on that bullshit lockup, and then the Kennedys come get him, and now niggas, man, y'all fuck with him. He's a real nigga. Now, come on, bro. It's a trick bag. And they use their own. That's why they kill them when they get out of pocket. Check. That's why when they kill them when they get out of pocket. You kill your own. That's gangs, fraternities, brotherhoods, shit like that, nigga. Mafia. They come get you. They don't give a fuck if they got to do it in public. Mafia. And they like to do it in public so they can send the example to the other. Check. It's been going on, bro. You go back centuries. It's patterns of culture and behavior and certain rules. That young man that was hazed down at Southern, the young man that was hazed, and his fraternity brothers end up unaliving him. That's some whole ass shit. I ain't with the hazing. I ain't with none of that. Nigga, you put your hands on me, nigga, it's going down. You can't even go to this school no more. Fuck pledging, nigga. Your ass will not be attending here. Because if you do, nigga, yeah, that part. They unalive that young man, you know, these fraternities, you know, in the beginning, they were to be respected, you know, for a long time. You know, we can't take that away from us because it's ours. The culture, the soul in it, what it meant, what it stood for, that's ours. So we can't throw it away. But, you know, what it became, you know, that was a cold game what they did to that youngster down there. But we let's walk. So when niggas go outside of what nigga we agreed on your ass to do, Let's walk. That's how this shit work. The AME Church traces origins all the way back to Philadelphia, the foundation laid alongside the Constitution itself. Now watch this shit here. Philadelphia in 1787, when officials at St. George. Don't hear them no more, Chief. That's enough. That's enough. So they want to take away Black Lives Matter Street. Well, we went through that, broke that down. Went through that, broke that down. They steady screaming these civil rights leaders and telling, you know, oh, they did so much for the community. And then when we tap in, we see that it's not so. We see that it's not so. We see they're working in the opposition because we're not getting better. But you'll hear every year, you know, doing decades, and then when they leave, they children come and take the throne. And it's all to keep us down. Square business, man. Man, I love y'all. As long as you got each other, we don't need nobody else, man. Legendary TOPCATZ. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world, but y'all came to come right with the kid that did the best they ever did it and got away with it. The legendary Big Chief TOPCATZ, Godfather of the American Indian paradigm. Shout out to y'all for giving me that name. I'm standing on it. I need a painter. I need an artist. I need a picture with that on there. Godfather of the American Indian paradigm. Man, I need a picture, a cold picture, man. Where the artist at? There's a lot of y'all out there, artists. Yeah. Oh, that's what we, well, yeah. We want something like that. And I want a bronze statue. If y'all can get, I don't give a fuck if you get it off of Timu, nigga. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna put that bitch up like it's that bitch. Yeah. I don't care if you get it off of Timu. I want a bronze statue. Legendary Big Chief TOPCATZ, Big Chief University, Godfather of American Indian paradigm. Yeah, we need that love, man. I love y'all. As long as we got each other, we don't need no fucking body else. We gone.
For my money. Whoa! There was no money, no one that run me.
Nah.
So can you run for my money?
Let go.
Sipping bubbly, feeling lovely.
Whoa.
Living lovely. Just love. I wanna be with you. Hey, I wanna be with you. I wanna be with you. Hey, I wanna be with you. I wanna be with you. Me just love me. If I didn't ride blade on curve, would you still? If I'm in my mind and work, would you still? Keep it 100, I'd rather you trust me than to. Keep it a whole 100. Don't got you, I got nothing. I got something. We gon' function, doing some shit. Feeling like Tyson with it. Got out Tyson with it. Only for the night, I'm kidding. Only for life, yeah. Only for life, yeah. Only for life. Let's get it. Get that shoulder, man. I know what
coming over me. I know coming over me. Darby say, when y'all going to Atlanta? You coming? Nigga, I can't be disclosing that private information publicly if you ain't coming. Now, when we going, we walking Stone Mountain. Now, they do have an elevator. And nigga, I won't hold it against you if you took the elevator. I wouldn't hold it against you. But on some real shit, bro Rich on the show tonight, he had a show with Blue Pill. And so he told me he gonna call me and we're gonna chop it up, we're gonna get the date. But it should be around April, May. We're gonna let it warm up for y'all. It's 85 degrees where I'm at today, 87, you know. So we waiting on y'all for it to warm up for y'all. Y'all cold climate ass nigga. I'm a tropical nigga. You understand? Yeah, I'm a tropical. Yeah, I'm tropical. So yeah, right now, you know, it's spring for us. It's beautiful. We waiting on y'all. Get y'all shit together. But now, so April or May though. But this time you gotta pull up for real though. And again, if you take the elevator, I will not hold it against you, nigga. Meet us at the top.
Coming over me, backstroke overseas. I know what you need. Already on 10, all money come in. I'm feeling go out, this feeling don't drought, this party won't end. Hey. If I didn't ride blade on her, would you still? If I'm in my mind at work, would you still? Keep it 100, I'd rather you trust me than to.
What?
Keep it a whole 100, don't got you, I got nothing.
Run for my money. There is nobody, no one that run.
Let go.
So give me a run for my money.
That's what I'm doing.
Spend lovely, feeling lovely.
Peace to you, what up though?
Living lovely.
I wanna be with you. I wanna be with you. I wanna be with you. I wanna be with you.
Yeah.
I wanna be with you. I'm on the way. We ain't got no time to waste. Hop in your come on the way. And mine away. I don't want pressure you none. I want your blessing today. Go by the way. Open the door by the way. Show you that I'm on the way. I'm on the way. I know connection is vague. Pick up the phone for me, babe. Damn it, we jamming. That had two for your nanny. Curving your hip for your memory. Remember, Gardena. I took the studio camera. I know Top will be mad at me. I had to do it. I want your body and music. I'm about to be one to prove it. Look what you made. Told you that I'm on the way. I'm not an exit away. Yeah.
If I didn't ride blade, would you still?
If I didn't ride blade on curve, would you still? If I'm in my mind and work, would you still? Keep it 100, I'd rather you trust me than to. Keep it a whole 100, don't got you, I got nothing.
Run for my money. There is nobody, no one that run. So give me a run for my money.
Hey, Talik, I see you say you got that pack. I need it.
Hey, I wanna be with you.
BCU.
I wanna be with you.
Yeah.
I wanna be with you. Hey.
BCU.
I wanna be with you. Just know.
In a real Indian way. The legendary. What's wrong with these? Nigga Blue Pill told me today that Mama Pill watched my show. Man, go on, man. Mama Pill, shout out little old TOPCATZ. Man, y'all gonna make me cry, man. Don't tell me no shit like that, man. Big Indy, not the little one. Up there, stuck there. BCU, lifers. Man, we still got 300 people in here. Shit, I guess we might well go on head on and do it like that then.
The blush when somebody says your name.
Oh.
In my stomach, there's a pain. You walk in my direction, I go the other way.
Yeah.
I start to stutter when you speak. Understanding that my knees go weak. What's happening to me? In the dark, can you tell me what it means? I lay my head on my pillow, staring out the window, trying to stop for a sign. It's the reason why you always in my mind.
Oh, they done the great. I gotta be. Yeah, this that grown folk music. Look at all them grown folk, all them grown women. Yeah, this that grown folk music.
I scribble X and O's in my notebook. Hey. Checking how my hair and my nails look.
Hold up.
I put myself in the zone when you're nervous when you're gone. I say I'm not home. See your face like in my favorite song. Just in an email. You're the number one topic on the phone. I wonder if you know.
I think it's some flames in this bitch. Turn up before we get up out of here.
Got you staring out the window.
What you looking for?
We were showing stars outside. What's the reason why?
Let's go.
You're always sexy boy. You're sexy boy. Hey, baby.
what she told Chief.
When I, something now is taking over me. Yeah. I'm not gonna run now, just gonna stand here and see.
Hey, let's go, Jamie. Yeah. Good night, y'all. We gone.